One of the great challenges of our time is meeting housing targets. We need to build more houses. And yet, and quite rightly, we have very strong environmental protection. What we're showing with this scheme is that we can do both. We can conserve our wildlife and deliver our housing targets. The two are not in conflict. In the old days, there was a kind of bureaucratic system, and it meant that house builders would get frustrated by Newts turning up because they'd have to stop what they were doing and they'd have to go away and get a license, and it could hold things up for months or even years. That's no longer the case because the system we've brought in has completely redesigned and streamlined the regulatory process. Now what happens is developers come to us. They get a license within 10 working days, and then they can just crack on and move Newts out of harm's way if they need to. We sometimes hear this dichotomy that you have to choose the environment or development or house building. We reject that dichotomy. I think it's false for three reasons. Firstly, a healthy economy needs a healthy environment. We can't trash our environment. We'll end up paying for it. Secondly, people want a healthy environment. House builders know this better than anyone because people choose to live in places where there are lovely green spaces. And thirdly, why choose when there's no need to choose? Because we can have both. We can have a healthy environment as well as a strong development sector. And our scheme's a great example. We've got new satellite technology, we've got new computing power looking at species distribution models, we've got eDNA sampling which allows us to sample thousands of ponds across the country, and we've got new information about the species, and all of that new science and new technology has allowed us fundamentally to do one thing, which is come up with a fantastically accurate map of where great crested newts are and where they should be. And using that map means that developers no longer need to go out and do their own surveys. One of the great things about working for NatureSpace is that we can see the effect we're having on the landscape. We can see the new ponds being built, hundreds of new ponds every year. That's our mission, to improve the world, improve England for great crested newts. Whilst we're doing that, of course, we're improving it for thousands of other species as well. This is demonstrating how conservationists, when we work with planners and with developers, can actually make a real difference.